100. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy body. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the ocean. I had a in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's get it. Check 50.
Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Get out. Here we go, 46. Hey, 47. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Completes it right side to Cooper. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And out now come the Seahawks. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
14. 14.
Throwing again. Wilson. Now he's flushed out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
There. Right, move 15. Let's go, 14. 19. Hey. Come on, tempo.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Gotta go. 19. 14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
All right, push the team.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, 47. Here you go. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
26. Here we go. 47. 47. Woo. 26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
46. Here you go. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go, 46.
Second down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seahawks, Wilson to Baldwin.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Prescott now on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
46.
Prescott from the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here you go.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin with a run by Penny. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Signals. 14. Mine's 54. Mine's 54. 12.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it front. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down, Prescott again. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there on third down. 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here you go.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here you go.
The give is to Elliott. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
26.
They go to Elliott again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
The Cowboys last year, 18 rushing touchdowns, tied for 2nd in the league, and they've got Elliott back there, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys are in for 6.
47.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This fielded at the 2. Oh, the spin. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now he's going to throw it back. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Zebra. Shotgun. Got it.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
14, run it.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson eluding the pressure right, and that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
19. Got it. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Gun. Let's go, 14.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This will be caught just inside the 10. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. They start on the ground with Elliott. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Hey, we're going right there. Go, get out there.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Go, get out there.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
47. Get out.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, get out. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Go to 54. Line 8. Here we go. Line 8.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. K.J. Wright coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
47. Here you go. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got it with the 15. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Swing to the right. To the right. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there. 26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.